Hey, good morning, everyone. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Sorry, it took me a while to get going there. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hopefully, you're having a great Thursday, shortened work week, right? And looks like I will not have to work the weekend because Mother Nature's going to relax. So I think you'll like this weather pattern. It's, a hot day or two in this forecast. It's a cool day or two in this forecast and comfortable in between. So, first off, Susan Wallace says rainy, cool weather is amazing. Some folks got the rainy, cool weather, some folks didn't. Good morning, Ed Johnson, Lori Habel. Good morning, Brian Patterson. Hey, Brian, to you. And Kathy Anthony, good morning. All right, here we go. So we still have showers in the southeast part of the state, all around the Detroit and Ann Arbor area, all around that whole area. Heavier rains moving out of the thumb right now, and another batch of rain in the northeast, where some places between Alpena and Oscoda got 6 inches of rain yesterday. One of my friends lives there, says most rain he's ever seen in his life. So we still have the cold front moving through, and that means that we will have this last round of showers and thunderstorms. This is noon. Showers and storms in the northeast down through the Saginaw Valley, heading into the thumb. This is 3 in the afternoon, 4, 5. And remember, that's when thunderstorms build along a cold front because you have the heat of the day. And then they move off to the south and east. So this evening around Ann Arbor, Detroit, and all of southeast Michigan, Oakland County, this evening, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, you could get a vigorous thunderstorm, and then things should begin to, or be, dried out. Now, look at the temperatures, and you'll see that it's cooler today because we don't have the full-blown sunshine. The humidity is down just a little bit. So here are the hourly temperatures. Hey, Tim Welch is getting some rain in Marysville. So these are the hourly temperatures. And what you'll notice is that, we get to the afternoon and the warmth starts to build, but not as much as yesterday and the last couple of days. So here we are, and we start to cool down overnight tonight. All right, now you know that I like to show you the big picture of what's going on. And I got to put some meaning to it too for you, because I know I look at these maps and I've been looking at them for 30 plus years and I say, oh, that's easy to interpret, but you don't necessarily know what you're looking at. So I want you to know you're looking at 15,000 feet up in the atmosphere. That's the mid levels of the atmosphere, kind of the steering system of all the storm systems. And what we're going to focus on this is that when we were really hot and dry, we had this big N-shaped hump, what we call a ridge over us. Now you'll see ridge moving back to the west part of the country, and a big upper level low, a strong cold upper level low to our north in Canada, and we're in between. That knocks the heat down, that drives cold fronts through occasionally. It gives us some really nice weather. Now bear with me a second, I lost my image. Okay, should be back now, and it is. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to look at it 10 days out. Another thing you can focus on is you can focus on the number that is showing up on these lines, and that basically is the height of that pressure line in the atmosphere. So the lower the number, the cooler the atmosphere is. And you can see that by looking at the ridge developing out in the southwest part of the country. But we have these little kinks that come through. Those are cold fronts. You see the storm system up to our north, just north of the U.S. border. And now we're into next Monday. So here comes the next cold front swinging through next Tuesday or so. Notice the ridge building out in the western third of the country. So if you put a ridge in the western third of the country, you put a trough in the eastern 2/3 of the country, and that brings us comfortable summer weather, a little cool at times. We get a day that heads toward 90, and then we get a cold front. So it's a little something for everybody. That's why I say I think you'll like this weather pattern. All right, let's go into the weekend. So we know that we have some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon in southeast lower Michigan. This is tomorrow. Tomorrow is dry. Tomorrow is cooler. Tomorrow is a work skipper Friday. Yes, it is. This is Saturday afternoon. There could be an isolated thunderstorm or two in the heat of the afternoon. Not something you'd cancel plans, just something you'd keep an eye to the sky if you were, say, out on a boat or out on a hiking trail. Then Sunday looks fairly dry, and Monday, and these are all comfortable summer days in Michigan. And then here's our cold front, Tuesday afternoon and evening. And as that moves through, then we cool off once again. And we stay out of the deep summer heat after that for several days. Vern Fondren, how's Cherry Festival weather in Traverse City this weekend? Looks excellent. Let's hit that right now. Temperatures. Kenny Rosso, are we still considered to be in a drought? In the places that got 3 to 6 inches of rain, no. But remember, the drought monitor is kind of a week behind, so you don't see it instantaneously update. But a lot of places, no. And still some isolated places are quite dry. So today we're looking at 70s in the north, like Traverse City, 73-ish. And southern half of the state, we're looking at upper 70s to low 80s. And then Friday, about 75 to 80 degrees, low humidity, very nice. Saturday, Friday's tomorrow. Woohoo! Matthew Myers, will the trough in eastern Canada bring rains and help with wildfires so we can stop dealing with smoke? Yes, it would. An upper level low pressure center would be a large circulation of 500 miles of showery, cool weather, and that would certainly help the fires just to our north. Saturday, low 80s. Sunday, 80 to 85. Monday, back to heading toward 90 ahead of the cold front. Remember, I told you there'll be a hot day in here. And then Tuesday, ahead of the cold front, hot and steamy. And then Wednesday, behind the cold front, will cool down to 80s in the south and 70s, maybe even 60s in the north. Thursday, 75 to 80. Next Friday, back to the low 80s. Next Saturday, in the mid 80s. So can kind of, as you see this, very regular cycle. If you take a week, you'll have 1, maybe 2 days near 90. You'll have 1 or 2 days in the mid 70s. You'll have 1 or 2 days in the 80s. You'll have a cold front, some thunderstorms. Pretty good. Hey, good morning, cold water. I always love getting into cold water from the south because, hey, I'm back into Michigan. So there you go. Really a very enjoyable weather pattern. We'll just time some little batches of thunderstorms, which many of us could still use. Some places are just like, stop. And, Michigan's summer precipitation is very often like that. All or nothing. You'll have spots that are just soaked standing water, and you'll have other spots that can't buy a drop of rain. And eventually in this kind of pattern, it all fills into enough rain for most all of us and a little too much for some. So there's your weather update, the MLive morning weather update with me, meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me. Hit the share button as always, and we'll see you back here tomorrow when it's already Friday. Bye.